Hey guys, today we're going to do a likes and dislikes about my bass tracker. I've had it for a little while now. I've taken it out several times. So we're just going to go through the whole boat and talk about the likes and dislikes as we walk through it. Alright, so we're just going to start at the tongue here, right? And it's not bad. I like how it's bolted on, gives you the option to change it out if you have some problems. I do like the cord that it has for the lights. It's very stretchy and springy. It helps whenever you're making turns. Kind of neutral about the safety chains being non-chains versus black wires. Kind of a 50-50 on that. So they serve their purpose. I do like the Breakaway Tongue. As you can see, the boat fits perfectly in my garage, and if I didn't have the swing-away tongue, I wouldn't be able to close my garage door. So I do like that about the trailer. Moving over here to the lift wheel. It's 1,200 pounds. It's not bad. It does its purpose. I do like that it's bolted on in case if you have one that malfunctions. You can unbolt it and change it out with another one. It's not welded on. Moving up to the winch. It's not a bad winch. And I do like every boat has different things, but it has an extra hook here just in case the main winch fails, then your boat slides off. You can actually have a second hook that actually helps out with that. I do like the roller up there at the top. Could have been black, but brown. The tan is fine. It fits perfectly on the boat. It's not undersized or oversized. If we come to the bottom right there, it does have a spare tire holder. I do have a spare tire. I just have it. I carry it with me in the car. When I'm rolling, I don't have it out, just for safety purposes and whatnot. Let's start up here at the bow. It does have this rubber mat. I do like it. I step there a lot. I stand there when I fish. I step there when I get off of the dock. In the middle here, you have a horn, which is great. I do like it up here instead of by the steering wheel. Inside there, you have your navigational light plug. I do like that too. So it's combined horn and navigational light plug. Then the trolling motor, it does its purpose. Kind of neutral on that. It's a Minn Kota Edge. It comes stock with the boat. It's a 45-pound thrust. I do like that it lasts all day on a 12-volt battery. But to me, it's their bottom end of their trolling motors, and it'll probably only last the warranty period, and then you have to either repair it or find another option. We have cleats on either side. So on that side I have my docking rope, and then on this side I use for my anchor. It does a good job. And then at the front here, you don't have much as far as electronic wise. There's no like raise or lower your motor. There's no plug for a depth finder or anything like that. You have to hook all that up yourself if you needed to, but it's very minimalistic. And if you're like me, I'm a minimalistic type person. So all it has is a trolling motor plug there. And then obviously the trolling motor has a foot pedal. I'm accustomed to both foot pedals and hand controlled. I can do both. Sometimes either one, kind of has its pros and cons depending on what type of situation you're in and where you're at. There's been times I've used a hand controlled and took my hand off my rod and I had a bite and trying to control the trolling motor, whereas you can leave your hands free with the foot controlled. So. But this is the front deck. As you can see, it's just not very big. It does its purpose. I do like that it's not very big and doesn't extend there, because why? I can fit that bad boy right behind it with no problem. That's a 65 Yeti cooler, so it fits right there. I can either fit it long ways or I can fit it this way. So as we move down, as you can see, I'm not a fan of rod boxes, to be honest with you. Never have been. They do serve their purpose. This way I just get my rods out. They're not tangled up. You know, you don't have to buy rod slicks, and I do have a couple of Tackle Warehouse reel covers, but you know, I don't have rod slicks keeping my rods from getting all tangled up, and I can just grab and go with the way that rod storage is. Right here in the center is some more storage underneath the deck. I have my anchor in there, my ropes, my fish marker, and my navigational light sits right there on a hook. So it's not as big as I think it probably could be. It's not very big at all, but it does hold my anchor and my ropes, which I do like that. And then you have a nice live well on that side. I've had 5 fish in there with no problem. Some pretty nice size ones. It opens up. And then I do like how it has, you know, this screw cork instead of just you know, one of those regular plugs. And then you just unscrew this when you want to put some water in it, and then there's your top drain hole there. And that's it, just a basic live well, and holds a lot of fish. It does its purpose. Another thing, the top is reinforced so you can stand on it. Let's go back to the other side here. It does have a light there. The pros is you can see well in the morning at dawn times, and in the evenings at dusk when you're trying to retie or something like that, you can actually see your line. But there's been times you kind of bump it and it turns on and you don't know that it's on, and it stays on all day until you notice that it's on and you got to turn it off. But it's just one of those push lights. Now let's get to the thing that I dislike the most. Probably dislike the most about this boat are these seats. So they fold down, but they don't stay down. The wind pops them right up. There's no straps, there's no buttons, there's nothing to keep them down. So that I just ride with them like that with no problem. But you can fold them down, and in there's more storage. That's what I do like about them, is they utilize the seats as much as possible with storage. I've got some rain gear, a radio, some string, my weights in there, cords, and you know, extra stuff I need in case if I have some issues. And then in the middle here you have a drain hole. I do like this area because I put another ice chest there for my snacks, which is that small one right there. It just fits nice and snug right in the middle there with no problem. So as we come over here, you have this center storage, which I do like. I keep all my gear in there. It's my life jackets, that's my worm bag, and that's my spinnerbait box, and my Ned Rid bag, and the red bag holds all my other tackle, crankbaits and topwater baits and whatnot. And it does hold your paddle on the back side. So I do like this storage. It's very big and it holds a lot. Holds a lot of stuff. They really utilize this part. And the door's reinforced so you can stand on it. And it's lockable if you want to lock it. Keep people from taking your stuff. I did install, this didn't come stock, this is something I bought. I did install Bass Pro rod straps. So this would be the rod storage for, you know, for somebody who wanted to come fishing. Just to kind of show you an idea of how they work. They hold They hold up to 6 rods, but I'm just going to grab a rod here, slide it back, put it in the strap like that, and there you go. But it'll hold 5 to 6 rods, and I've tested them out. I drove around the highways with them at highway speeds, 55, 60 miles an hour with no problem. They stay secure with no problem. And that's where the back seat goes, the same type of style seat that is. Those are. So I do carry it with me just in case if I want to sit. I mostly stand and fish about 99% of the time. But, you know, depending on what type of day it is, I may sit fish. Put my rod back in this holder. There, come back here, there's cleats on either side of the boat. There's the other one back there. I do like the wheels. I like the cover over the grease hub too. That way grease is not flying out everywhere. And it does have a step up for you to get in the boat. Those could be a little bit better grade, more heavy duty, I think. They could have put a little bit more effort into that, but kind of pros and cons on that. I can get in and out of it just fine, but you know, somebody who's a little bigger than me or maybe a little older might have some issues, just because it's not very big and it's just not a lot of room there. As you can see, the boat's like right next to it. It does have boat guides on the side. I'm not a real big fan of them, just because they'll put markings on your boat as you're trying to get it on a windy day. But they serve their purpose, I guess. Come back here. This comes stock with these little pull straps. I will be putting some sort of other strap on there, one that's permanent, and it hooks down into the bottom hole and you just pull up on it. It's got LED lights for the trailer, no problem there. It's got LED lights at the bottom as clearance lights. And then back here, that's where your storage is for your gas and your batteries, and then you have extra room over here in case you want to put another gas tank or more batteries. You put a bigger trolling motor, or you just need another battery. But that's what it comes standard with. I didn't put any of this in here. That's my battery charger there. It's just a basic 6 amp trickle charge to keep my batteries good. And here's the back end. They have your bilge pump and your aerator, pump water out and pump water into your truck. And then there's where I keep my plug on the inside, the bottom. And it has a Mercury 50. That's the highest rated motor you can put on this boat. It's a 4-stroke. It's very quiet, and it gets really good gas mileage. It does a really good job. For me to run this boat all week, probably cost me about $6 to run this boat the whole week. So let's go to the other side. Talk about the Helm there. So here you have it. It's very basic. All it has is an RPM gauge. There's your horn there. It has its own fuse. They're little round fuses. I like those. It doesn't have a fuse panel. And then you have your bilge switch, navigational lights, and your ignition switch. And then it comes with a lower X hook to 4X. I just need depth and temperature, and that's about it. I mean, it'll find fish and whatnot, but I like just to have a depth finder. It's just something basic. But as you can see, there's no mile per hour gauge. There's no battery gauges on here, and that's it. So You got a lot of leg room. That's what I do like. For me, I'm about 5'11", and it does do its purpose. For some people, they may need more, but for me, it works fine. And then you have more storage under here. I've got towels. I've got fire extinguisher and binoculars in there. And then I store my navigational light on the side here and my trough measure. And then here is your throttle. It's got trim on it for neutral and reverse. And like I said, it's got a cleat on the other side. I've been out in Canyon Lake when the water's been pretty rough. It rides pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's a light boat, but it does its purpose. I've caught fish in the rough waters. I've caught fish in calm waters. I do like the graphics. The black on red just looks really good to me. The Classic XL looks really good. Powder coat, painted, kind of neutral, whether it be, just straight a stainless color or are they actually, painted. That's kind of a neutral gig for me, so it really doesn't bother me none. But there you have it. My likes and dislikes about the boat. It does its job. I catch a lot of fish out of it. I've been able to do what I need to do, go where I need to go. It's very light. If it wasn't for the light hookup, I pull it. If I didn't have the right light hookup on my Highlander, I'd be able to pull it with that. But I pull it with my wife's 4Runner with no problem. It's very easy to pull, and it's very light. It's easy to get on and off the trailer. The bunks do really well, and never have any problems with that per se. So there you have it, the likes and dislikes of my tracker. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you with your decision on purchasing a boat.